The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Flavor Flav. We good?
Yeah. Excellent start, baby. Let's do it. Flavor, hey, man. Brought to you by.
I said go Dewey.
I heard it.
Audio jazz.
Wow. Throw him in there. Let's go, baby.
Woo! Players Lounge.
That's how we gonna start it.
Tostitos. I like Tostitos.
Tostitos. I'm Newey Scruggs, still thinking I'm waiting on the call. Okay. All right.
Man.
Chris Beam's out. Jazz is here. I guess I got to be on my toe a little bit early. My bad. I'm still in my own little world. I'm just glad Church decided to show
I'm
up
here,
today.
baby.
Okay. Because yesterday,
What's up?
Heckma Harrison took his
man.
lap.
Yeah,
we gave
I
this
heard.
man his props because
I heard.
You remember what your score was for the Cowboys? Because
Remind
Yeah,
him.
it was
Remind him, Newey.
Reminder.
Yeah, we took our punishment yesterday.
What was my? I don't know what I had.
you had the biggest beatdown. You predicted Cincinnati 31, Cowboys 17.
That's because he don't trust in Dan Quinn though, like the rest of us.
Man, I had one score right, 17. But you know.
So,
Damn.
So you,
Congratulations, my dog. You know,
So hold that L. That's on for there.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Barry Church has
sit
decided to
down in
come
front
off
of
the
you.
golf links and come back. Heckma Harrison's here. The challenge winner. He's Danny McCray. I'm Newey Scruggs.
He's booked.
Booked the busy, baby.
Man, I tell you what, man. Congratulations, by
Thank
the way.
you, bro. Thank you.
Congratulations
Appreciate
on the
we
win.
did that too.
You did that too. I just want to know real quick.
Can you
man.
cue the music, Jazz? Nah, she can't cue it. My bad.
Jazz, man. Audio jazz.
She's back there eating that
You
Wahlburger.
caught me off guard.
I'm sorry.
She eating food, man. She eating food.
Explain to me one thing, D-Mac. At the end, I saw after you got the dub, you hit him with the Kamehameha.
Oh, yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, that's
man?
Dragon Ball Z, bro. That's Dragon Ball Z.
Already.
It would have looked weird if I would have hit him with the Spirit Bomb or the Genki Dama. So I had to hit him with the
You ain't hit him with the
Kamehameha.
Piccolo thing, man.
Huh?
The little-
Nah, I'm not Piccolo.
Yeah, that's the only black dude on the show. I'm just saying.
Piccolo.
Do you have a protein sponsor yet? Since you got to train for that next.
Nah, I need one.
That's what I'm saying.
I need one.
See,
Somebody drop some protein off at my crib, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead, get him right.
Man. But man, somebody's got to sponsor him, man. Get that protein.
You missing out.
Working right there. Yes.
Yeah, because yesterday's price is not today's price.
Let them know then. Let them know then.
We don't live in that same world we did.
You know what I mean? Let them know then, man.
All right, Heckma, I'm going to start with you here.
Well, let's do this then.
Because Dalton Schultz, dealing with the PCL, they're not saying it yet, but I think it may be hard for him to play. I'll let our two former players weigh in here a little bit later on, but I'm expecting Dalton Schultz to not to be here in this game. That means the two rookie tight ends, Jake Ferguson from Wisconsin and Peyton Hendershot from Indiana, who Lunda Wells told me during training camp, he's like, they can both be good. They both made the team. Sean McCune, kid they had from Michigan a couple years ago, he's on the practice squad. So if there is no Dalton Schultz, your faith in these tight ends is, sir?
I mean, you just said it, man. I think their coach has been glowing about them all through training camp, and now and Peyton Hendershot got some guys on the street. So, I mean, he's worthy of the position. And, hey, man, it's a next man up philosophy at positions like that. And I think you can feel good about those two guys. They've been running a lot of 12. They did a lot of 12 in the last game. So I expect for both of those guys to need to do a better job of blocking, specifically. So, you know, Jake Ferguson, man, he a dog. I like him. I like his moxie, man. He's got a lot out there. I mean, as far as the way that he blocks, I mean, his tenacity. Dalton Schultz is damn sure not our best blocker.
No, sir.
He's not our best blocker.
But he's our best pass catcher.
No, he is. But I think that this other kid, Ferguson, if given the chance, you know, he can give us some positive yardage. And right now for Cooper Rush, with his all we need is his confidence to continue to build. And if he can build and have that relationship with those tight ends and everything based off the running game, Kellen, talking to my man.
Okay.
And if we can continue that, man, I feel good about these guys, and especially Peyton Hendershot, because if he came in and took another guy's job the way that he did, I mean, we had a lot of guys that McEwen, Sprinkle. I mean, he put some guys on the street, on the practice squad. So I feel good about him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the name of the guys who are stepping in. I think just how I feel about the defense when you say next man up mentality, I think that only comes into effect when you have the right coaches, right?
Talk.
So Lunda Wills has earned the right to say, hey, man, I believe these guys are good because when Dalton Schultz first stepped in, it was Blake Jarwin's job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lunda Wills was like, all right, man, nah, Schultz is good. All right, we're going to make sure. The man just got franchise tagged this season, all right? So you know that he has the talent and the productivity to warrant what Lunda Wills was saying. Now we're hearing Lunda Wills say the same thing again. Hey, don't worry. These guys can play. They're going to show you. And I trust what Lunda Wills is saying just as much as I trust what my man DQ does out there on the field.
So, Church, you've been in this position before. You're trying to go get a bag.
Yeah,
because you just signed a long-term deal. If you're Dalton Schultz right now, yeah, you got paid $10.9, but how do you feel knowing you've been hurt and you're trying to go secure that bag?
I mean, if you're Dalton Schultz, I mean, you're trying to do everything you can to get back out there. Because, I mean, I'm going to let you know right now, you don't want somebody to come in here and get Wally Pipp you. I understand, everybody know what Wally Pippen is, but you don't want somebody to come in here and do you like that. Just Pipp. Just call Pipp. Yeah, just Pipp. Just get pipped out there. So we know we don't want you don't want that to happen to you if you're Dalton Schultz. So to me, he's going to try to get out there as fast as he can, but you just don't want to be a warrior as well. Like, if you ain't healthy, the worst thing you can do is go out there and put bad tape out there. So you want to take your time with it, but you also want to know that these guys are going to come for your job, so you don't want them to come in there and get anything about it. But to me, I'm not worried about it if I'm the Cowboys. If I'm honestly, I'm not worried about, Schultz missing. If we're honest, I mean, where does this guy get all this yak at?
Yeah.
Play action, overalls. It ain't like, and I'm saying this from the beginning. He's a good tight end. Do not get me wrong. He's a good pass catcher. He's a great tight end. He can find zones and be that security blanket. But I feel like these two guys can do the same thing. I feel like they can do the same exact thing Schultz does out there. It ain't like he's splitting them out and he's doing, these guys dirty in one-on-one coverage. I'm just saying.
Now they got to prove it because you got to have a feel for the zones.
And that's what I'm saying. Schultz is definitely a beast when it comes to being that security blanket and finding in zones and all that good stuff. But if I'm the Cowboys, I'm not worried about it.
All right, go around the table here because at training camp, Dalton Schultz came out and spoke about the contract. He's like, look, I'm just going to talk about this one time and that's it. No, I'm not happy. I want to get a long-term deal. So he came out there, everybody knew, man, I'm not happy about this. Just, didn't agree with it. Said he spoke to Dak about, trying to get through it. But how does a player feel knowing this? I'm hurt now. I wanted a deal. It's not getting there. Oh, by the way, these two rookies look better in their first year in the NFL than I did. What's going through his mind, you think, Danny?
Man, listen, I hope these next few games show how much the Cowboys need me. That's what he's hoping. Yes. He's like, all right, listen, yes. I want the guys to play up to whatever and do well. I don't want to wish bad on anybody, but there is something in your mind to say, all right, they're going to see. They're going to see. So as you're watching the game, you're like, all right, when they go back in film, they're going to say, listen, if Dalton Schultz was in, that would have been a bigger play. Or that would have been a play that Dalton Schultz would have made. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something bad that the new guys come or the young guys come in and do. It's just like we can tell the difference in our ability to run certain plays and be productive in certain situations because Dalton Schultz is in versus when we have the other guys in the game.
He's saying, they can't do it. You can't do it. Man, I hope they don't do it.
Exactly. You ain't lying, but you ain't lying.
Bet he don't do it.
Bet he don't do it. Man, I hope he don't do it.
Hope he don't do it.
I mean, but that's the whole thing about the franchise tag for me, man. I never signed an NFL contract. What's I did? I signed a contract here. It's equivalently the same. But I will say this. That's the part when I see guys sign those franchise tags. Same for the quarterback in Baltimore. I'm saying to myself, man, brother, don't play under that. Don't, because if something happens to you, you can never recoup that money if you're injured. I mean, and what if it was more devastating than just the PCL? Mm-hmm. And he was gone for the year. He has nothing to stand on in that. And this, we take the person out of it, the player out of it, and look at the business aspect of it. It's a bad business move for these players to go out there. And this is what can happen. It's the same thing that happened to Dak. Now we see it happening to Dalton Schultz. And now he can't just get healthy and come back. He got to hurry up and get his butt back in here, or these guys are going to unseat him.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to tell you what he's thinking. The same thing Danny and you basically just said. I hope he don't do that. Because I had the same, in 16, I had the same situation. Contract year, I break my forearm, I'm going to miss 4 games. They got Wilcox coming in there. They got Heath coming in there. And them boys was balling. So I'm over there like, man, here we go. They're going to start this rotating crap. And, man, next thing I know, I'm missing out on bread. So I'm sitting there, I'm sweating a little bit. But I'm not gonna say I wished anything. 'Cause I did not. I did not wish on anything to happen. But it just so happened that Will Cox the last game got hurt. So I just slid right back into my position, ended up balling, ended up getting a contract. So I'm not saying these guys wish upon any bad things, but hey, you just want to make sure that they don't do as good as you did when you was in there.
And about the franchise tag, okay, when you're looking at a guy who's trying to figure out how to navigate those situations, it's a little difficult when you look at the situations that the Cowboys have been in with guys who sign franchise tags, okay? Because hey, D-Law, tell me what you think about it. I broke the bank on him. All right, we signed it twice. It then broke the bank on him after that. Dak Prescott. It's guys around the league who've been able to sign the franchise tag and bet on themselves and then make more money on the back end. Like it's what we're assuming that Lamar Jackson is going to do after you watch him go out there and play against Miami. You're like, oh, snap. Long as he stays healthy, he might get them for $400 million.
And it's crazy because I think the position too, when you get a franchise tag as a quarterback, that's automatic. What, $30 million? As a franchise. As an edge rusher, that's another automatic $18-20 million. For a tight end,
10.9.
10.9. It's levels to this. And his level just ain't up there.
That 10.9 is
No. Hey,
no.
Right now today. Right now today.
Right now today. Right now.
Sign me up, sir.
So put a bow on that one right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. And so with Dalton Schultz, they'll let us know. But the chances of him playing this week, it's going to be tough. It'll be a challenge. And then also to play and play well, it'll be a challenge. So if he doesn't go,
it's my tight end.
I'm going on the way.
I'm
already looking on the waiver wire right now.
I hate to see it.
Dr. Jerry Jones saying that Dak Prescott could be back.
The doctor.
I'm Jay Novacek, former tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Back in the day, I was the guy who always got the tough yards, and that's why I run with John Deere today. In fact, I have a John Deere 3025E tractor that can handle any yard work I need to do, even the tough yards way out back. So if you have 1 acre or 1,000, John Deere has the equipment that's just right for you. Visit a John Deere dealer today and run with us. We are the official tractor provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
It's right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS 1 score, September 2019.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Are you a Cowboys fan who spices up the game? Nominate yourself for a friend to be the Cowboys fan of the year, presented by Captain Morgan, and win a trip to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. Nominate yourself for a friend at DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year. I don't know what was on the air, what wasn't on the air in terms of what we were saying. So let's just begin again right here.
But we're on right now, though.
We're on right now. Brought to you by Tostitos, Players Lounge, Barry Church, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray. I'm Newey Scruggs. Jerry Jones.
Oh, man.
Jerry Jones did his radio show, 105.3 The Fan. Tuesday, he's very optimistic because they say, hey, we're going to take the stitches out on Dak's throwing hand here, and he's optimistic he can be back quickly. Not for the Giants game, but after that, hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's...
It's only been, 2 weeks? I mean, I'm not a doctor or anything. I don't pretend to be a doctor.
Not, but I know, though. I know people who are. And they tell me this is not going to happen.
You got to grip that thing, right? You got to be able to grip it, take the snaps.
You tell them, grip it.
I'm just saying, like,
grip it, then rip it.
Like, that's all going to come back like that.
Listen, this is what I know, okay? I know that them people are expecting to come to these games now more than ever with the expectation that maybe not this week, but the next home game, they might see Dak Prescott. All right? And continuing to move forward. No matter if it takes 5 to 6 weeks, Jerry Jones is going to say this every week, probably up until week 8.
Until he comes back week 8?
Until week 8. So it's Jerry, bro. It's Jerry. We all hoping that Dak can come back, as soon as possible. Do we think that this is like being very out? 1 + 1 makes 3? That's exactly what this is.
They pulled it off last week?
Yeah, hey,
they pulled it off.
Hey.
Thank you, Hackma.
No, I really look. Here's the thing: we know that Jerry gonna spin it and he gonna sell it, and that's the way it's supposed to be. He's been that way, and so to keep the fan base is gonna be, they're gonna talk about this to no end. All the media is gonna talk about it, but the reality is this man is human. That bone has to heal. He still has to have pins removed from it, from what I understand. So we're still not in that stage where he's had the pins removed. So here's the thing: I think as this next game goes, as Cooper Rush, his success, if he can get this win versus the Giants, I think that you see the timetable push forward a little bit, and especially if he performs well. If he comes out, he balls out, and then you go into a game versus the Commanders where you have good production in that game, then I believe they start being realistic with everybody else about what the actual timetable is, because he's bought you some time. Right now, they really don't know. You got one game, you got one win versus the AFC. Okay, cool. Dak could be back in 2 weeks, and then as it goes, it's just going to get better.
So are you saying that the assumption may have been that we need to make sure that people understand that Dak is going to come back as soon as possible, just in case these next few games don't go our way? Like, okay, we lose the first one. Don't worry. Dak will be back in 2 weeks. All right?
Just keep it a fan base.
You lose the second one, okay, Dak will be back in a few weeks. Now, like you said, if we win the next 2, it's like, hey, listen, Dak, 6. Time. It's 6. It was really 6. I just want to let y'all know it's 6. All right? It's 6 because we're winning.
Because, Danny, all of us have thrown a football. You know exactly what it takes to throw a football. If this man doesn't have a thumb, I don't care if he put a glove on, wrap it, whatever it is, he's going to be compromised. But if he can get back and be healthy, if Cooper Rush can hold it, like what is really holding it down for Cooper Rush? All right? And really holding it down is if he could get both of these NFC East wins, maybe sneak you one at the Rams. All right?
Yeah. Let's stay on this week. Let's stay on this week. I know you going. This Cowboy team can beat the all-decade team of 20.
Bring on the 99 Rams. Bring on the Rams.
Bring them on. The Miami Dolphins. Bring them on. My Cowboys with this team can beat them all.
There's no Kool-Aid in this. Okay,
that's sipping on over there.
That's not what I'm serving.
You knew. Hey, he was going.
Just rising with the tide.
He's 16-1. He can still go 16-1.
Well, I'm just saying, look, here's the thing. I mean, think about that. You get the NFC East victories, you go to the Rams, things good. Even if you could pull out, I know we're going to talk about Philadelphia, but even in that matchup, I think you can project better to get Dak back healthy and not rush him back and have him be compromised.
Positive heck.
All the time.
Positive heck.
All the time.
Yeah, man, listen, I like what Jerry did. I was like, you got me over here wondering. I'm like, man,
can he get back?
Let me do some research. I need to go study up on that. Get my doctorate.
They put some type of protective gear on that thumb, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they got
this ain't flag football. You can't,
it's 2022 now. They got it now.
How you going? I mean,
might get some Kevlar or something.
Just gonna have that top thumb part out. Like
man, you need that whole.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have all of that.
Hey,
throw it like a shot put.
You see the video of the ambidextrous quarterback?
Yeah.
Man. See, the wave is coming. Okay, you ain't got to worry about it.
I don't know Dak can pull that off.
Nah, the dude was humming them things left and right. Nah, he was
cold with it.
He was cold with it. Roll out right, roll out left, all that. He was killing it. But
I am also going to be interested to see how he can go under center and take a snap.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a situation where you got a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, having to get up under center here, especially depending on what kind, do you put a wrap, or you putting something on there? How do you handle that, or do you just strictly go in the shotgun and what do you do?
How do you hand it off?
You know what I mean? That's why I say this whole thing will be back in 4 weeks.
The realistic expectation
what?
should have been to the bye week. It should have been. I mean, this is a 6 to 8 week injury. It's the truth. I mean, it don't matter how you spin it. Get him back healthy and not be compromised. It's going to be 6 to 8 weeks, period.
And now, in Jerry's defense on 105.3 The Fan, he said, I'm optimistic. Jerry's out here. Jerry's a hope merchant. You got to understand.
I went to a school.
Okay.
Graduated at the top of the class.
It's paid off so far, so I can't even hate. It's paid off.
I mean, he won and one. Okay. Yeah, undefeated now. He won and one.
Hey, what about
last year he missed out on life. You picked the Cowboys. Man, I can't imagine when Nolan was here how many times you was.
No, I mean, again, I saw what we had out there. I saw our defense was horrible, so I didn't do that.
You didn't pick
the
Cowboys?
No, I knew that was bad.
Okay, man,
No. When it's dump truck, I know, dog, that's too bad out there. No, we can't cover nothing. So, last year, I had my heart in the right place. I knew what we was doing. Tostitos Plaza. Tostitos Plaza. See, look at Newey, man. You see, you was here last week when he was giving me that last call. See, now it switched up. See, he had to come in here Monday. He was humble. Now he can't even do nothing with me.
He just hitting him with the
positive hack.
I'm letting this man go on the positive train.
He's on it. He got it.
There's no vodka.
Hey, what they say? You got the juice now.
I'm not trying to ruin your flavor. I'm not trying to ruin your flavor, man. Yeah, Flavor Flav, man. It's your time to shine, baby.
Got it.
As Prince says, why don't you get on the horn and blow it, baby?
Yeah,
you got it, man. You got it. It's you. Speaking of a positive game and a positive, how about Noah Brown? And Dante Fowler.
You talking about the number 1 receiver, Noah Brown?
Noah Brown led the Cowboys with a career high.
I can't throw my shots. I can't throw my shots.
You ought to stop, dog. You ought to stop,
Who's the lead receiver after 2 weeks?
Yo, listen, your shots have not been working for the last few
years. What you talking about, man?
You tossed a shot at Dalton Schultz. You tossed a shot at Cooper Rush.
I just gave my honest opinion on Dalton Schultz. All right, and what happened?
We talked about you yesterday. You was mentioning Justin Fields when you was talking about that.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Justin Fields, come on, man.
Bro.
Give him a better situation.
Huh?
In a better situation, he'd be a better
so you standing on that?
I think Justin Fields is legit. He just needs a better situation.
Oh, yeah.
He just needs a better situation.
All right, 7 for 9. He threw about 9 times.
When you got who's calling the plays over there? Who's calling the plays over there, man?
No. Okay, listen.
Just give me some time.
Listen, Noah Brown had a hell of a game. And I said this about Noah Brown last season, that those guys were productive when they were able to get in the game last season. So I had a little bit more confidence maybe than everybody else, but then week 1 I was like, I'm not really sure. Shout out to Noah Brown for coming out week 2 and doing his dang thing.
He had a hell of a game.
And
Dante
shout out,
Fowler.
Okay. Yeah, and shout out to this organization for not giving up on him. And they could have. They could have thrown him away like a lot of the guys that they've given up on. His potential was there. I mean, Kellen Moore in an interview just the other day was talking about how they've used him in different scenarios, and him being a special teams guy, being looked at as just a blocker. Now him molding himself into a wide receiver. He's getting his opportunity, and he's taking the most of it. And so, I mean, not to mock him, but when the opportunity arises and you can do it, hey, man, you got to praise a guy like that now with CeeDee Lamb and the light that's been shined on him, waiting on Michael Gallup to get back. I feel a little bit better, especially if MJZ can get back and be healthy. I mean, you got 3 guys that I believe that one is a possession receiver and 2 guys that can stretch the field.
And Dante Fowler.
Dante Fowler here. First, he had his first sack as a Cowboy. He's now got 36 of them in his career. There were a lot of people who said, the Cowboys lose Randy Gregory. Oh, what do you do? Here's Dante Fowler. Here's Dorrance Armstrong. What's that going to be? Those guys combined have 3 sacks. And in that game, they had 3 sacks. Dorrance Armstrong with 2, Fowler with 1. Dan Quinn knows how to utilize his talent.
He does.
That I cannot stress that enough. The man truly. You talk about Bill Parcells. You say, you want me to cook the meal? Let me buy the groceries. They out here giving this man. He making gumbo. He making jambalaya.
Right.
He could have worked the school cafeteria where he took that hamburger that you had, and next thing you know, it's shepherd's pie. Dan Russ can't cook, but Dan Quinn can.
With no big. Listen, I think D-Law is the only big money person on the defense at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you out there with drafted guys and guys that he's finding in free agency to where everybody else is like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it with just the same way we did last year with just bringing guys in. Dan Quinn, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
He did his thing. He's doing his thing, man.
And basically the number one, the guys who were number one picks he has, they've been cast offs. Fowler's been cast off. Van Der Esch, while a first round pick, he's on a 1 year deal.
Oh, he had a hell of a game too.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He balled out.
Yeah, look, the guy's really good. Tony Romo made the point during the game, if you didn't hear, where he said Dan Quinn should be number one on everyone's list. You weren't here yesterday, and I just said, look, it's going to pose a very interesting question for Jerry Jones at the end of the year. If this defense keeps playing like this, and he doesn't want to lose Dan Quinn, because I'm sorry, if they don't hire Dan Quinn around here, some folks are doing it wrong.
Somebody gonna get him.
But let me say this, man. For so many years, man, we've been bringing in these guys that have been "quote unquote" bridge players. Guys that just come here to end their career. I mean, even the Ha Clinton Dix. I mean, the other world at this. I'm just saying that, guys like that. You think you come in can have some expectation that there's any more juice to squeeze out of it, and it's nothing. Dan Quinn brings in a guy like Dante Fowler, and he is legitimate a specialty guy. He rushing. We know exactly when 56 on the field what he's doing. He's going after the quarterback, and dude, he's making the most of his opportunities as well. So that's the good look right there.
Let me follow up what you just said. Last year with Keanu O'Neal.
Boom.
Right there. Hey, here's a guy I know. He knows what I want. Boom. Gets it done. So
curse.
So ask yourself this, okay? Just what you said. You shopping at Dollar General and getting discounts on guys, and you sitting up here getting fantastic performances. Do you let that walk out of the door for you, Jerry?
Nah.
That's going to be tough. That is going – you can't tell me that's not a decision they're going to have.
Yeah, but if they go far, you just going to get rid of Mike? Like, if they go far in the playoffs, you just going to be like, hey, man, you got to go. Even though you helped get our team to this level.
Where did we pick the Cowboys end off this season?
What was it? I said 10-7.
Okay, all right. So,
but I'm saying if they exceed expectations, and let's just say they go long in the playoffs.
Yeah, 1 + 1. Like
you
3.
you just going to let Mike ride?
Nah, but he's saying it's going to be a tough decision. Like I don't think that you let a head coach go that gets you that far and is that productive. Yeah. Nah, but. Opposite of that, if it doesn't, then that's when that decision.
Oh yeah, if it don't go there, yeah. That's the case.
But Jerry specifically said successful season means we make some noise in the playoffs. All right. So outside of that, then that decision is even harder. Yeah. Or maybe easier for them.
Yeah, if they don't exceed expectations, I guess that gotta be an easier decision.
Now I know you're in the know on these things. Realistically, was he that close to leaving last year and getting a head coaching position?
I had heard Denver wanted him. The GM in Denver wanted him, but he was overruled by the president and John Elway. And they thought they needed an offensive coach there, that they did not want another defensive coach. Having had Vic Fangio and John Fox recently, they wanted to go, So
I can understand that, too.
They went with Hackett.
Yeah.
He didn't get the Minnesota job. He talked to him. They decided to go with Kevin O'Connell because they felt like, Kevin O'Connell worked with Kirk Cousins in Washington, so he could go ahead and pull out the whatever Kirk Cousins had. So
y'all ain't gonna do my boy Kirk like this, man.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Week 1, he was on fire.
I know. Then I saw
last night.
Between him and Jameis Winston, you talk about reverting back to who you are.
Primetime Kurt ain't it. Every time, primetime, Kurt goes back. I'm just saying, man.
It's so confusing.
The Bears talked to him, and they decided to go with former Cowboy
young Eberflus,
assistant coach Matt Eberflus. But I'm just telling you, I don't see anybody passing again.
No, let me ask you this. I think for Dan Quinn, it's got to be the right. A head coaching job in the NFL is one of the best positions to ever have. Let me just say that. But if you get the wrong position, you in there and you out of there.
Which is why he didn't interview in Jacksonville. He told them, no, thank you.
No, thank you. So, think about where he is right now. the talent that he has and what he can build on his legacy. I know, man, that is always going to be there for DQ. He has completely changed the culture. You guys have talked about this at length and what it's like to have a coach like him, just on a personal level, damn the field, and just what it means to have a talent in Micah Parsons as well. Think about what that's doing for him. I mean, you talk about having BC co-sign for you. You get that 1,000 credit over here. Yeah, no doubt. If you get a guy like this co-sign for you, then that says everything about your career. So I think he's got to be looking at that as well. I'm not saying that if the perfect opportunity presents itself that he's not out of here and Jared be forced to go, it's either him or you. But I do believe for Dan Quinn, honestly, he's building something here, and his legacy can be built up. I mean, man, he could almost be godlike on the defensive coordinator scale before he go.
I hear you, and I'll still contend to this, but I believe in my core. The man had the Super Bowl won. The most disappointing loss in Super Bowl history.
28-3.
Young Brady.
You want to fix that.
You want to undo that?
You want to fix that.
Yeah.
If I'm Dan Quinn, any competitor, what competitor would? Yeah. Let me get another shot at this.
But he knows what the team needs to look like in order for him to be able to go in there and win a Super Bowl. Because he had Matt Ryan, he had Julio, he got guys in there. He had team like people on that squad who could play offensively and defensively. Yeah. So when you look at a team like Chicago, I'm sure he won the interview. I'm not even sure he would have took that.
Denver, that's where I thought he was going to end up. I thought he was going to end up in Denver, and having gone up there, they have some pieces that he could have worked with.
Oh, yeah, especially defensively.
So, look, it's a problem. And the other thing Jerry's going to have to ask himself, too, if Dan Quinn leaves, how much of this defensive staff does he take? Secondary coach is his guy. D-line coach is his guy. He's got a lot of guys that are his guys that are going to go out this door.
Yeah, you got to replace all of them.
So, it's just something that it's going to be a conversation. It's going to be. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but you can't sit up here and tell me not going to have a conversation, because if they paid him a lot of money to stay once, what are they going to do another time?
Boy, I tell you, man, it's like you bumped into the DJ table and the party was going so good. Man. It's like you skipped the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? He's the king of that, boy.
See, Heckman, I just believe in thinking like a general manager, like the great Ozzie Newsome,
Right on.
Q-Dog, you always got to have your little sheet of paper there. What ifs?
What ifs?
The what ifs.
You know what? 1 year, the Ravens' offense wasn't clicking, had a problem. You know what? They fire Cam Cameron. They bring in Jim Caldwell. Next thing you know, Flacco goes on a great run. They win a Super Bowl. But you got to have that list. Got to be ready to go to say, what if? There's always a what if that could happen here. All right, let's get our second break in here. Back to the Players Lounge with Barry Church, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray. I'm Newey Scruggs. This is DallasCowboys.com radio.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team. Get yours today in the Stadium Pro Shop or at Stetson.com.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not too...
Right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS One score, September 2019.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
So, you're shopping, and that's when you see it. Aisle 23. Dr. Pepper stacked from top to bottom as far as the eye can see. The phrase too good to be true comes to mind, yet there it is. A rich, delicious Dr. Pepper paradise. Wait, did that can of Dr. Pepper just open itself for you? They all are. As if to say, so nice to treat you. And even though it feels weird to talk to a can, you pick one up and say, it's so nice to be treated. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Limited tickets for the 2022 Dallas Cowboys season at AT&T Stadium are available now. Visit DallasCowboys.com/tickets or SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing partner of AT&T Stadium. All right, Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. Barry Church decided to come back into the fold.
I appreciate y'all for having me,
He tried to duck Heckma, but Danny and I came in
ducking and dodging my moms.
Because he was correct.
Let's go.
Man.
Cowboys 1-1 right now. Cowboys are 1-1 right now. They've got a game coming up on Monday night against the New York Football Giants.
Danny Dimes.
2-0. In first place along with Philadelphia, who's also 2-0. Philadelphia took Minnesota apart last night. Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan, Sean and RJ show said, hey, he watched the game, and he basically said, they're good. And he watched Jalen Hurts and was impressed with the growth of Jalen Hurts. Mega sci-fi. And what he's doing out there.
Team.
Man, listen, I watched that game last night too. And I'm sitting there watching and I'm saying, these dudes are good.
They nasty.
They are good offensively. I know before the season I was like, yeah, on paper, yes, they got all these players. That doesn't really mean anything until you put it on the field. Well, they've been putting it on the field for the last 2 weeks. Now, they did almost give it back to Detroit the week before,
Defense
but they put up
shaky.
plus 40 on them.
Yeah, they put them up.
Now, we've seen us as a defense, a good defense in previous seasons, be up on the team and then let them back in the game as well. But when it's nut cutting time, that defense has played well.
Yeah.
All right. Slay had 2 picks last night?
2 picks.
Yeah, 2
Shadowed
Justin
Jefferson. Clamped him up.
Right. And then their running game, I think they got 3 running backs in there who they run in read option and draws, and they are gashing guys. Then you got the receivers. They have a little bit of everything, and then Jalen Hurts. Anytime you play a mobile quarterback, a guy who's able to extend plays by running, but then not only doing that, running first downs and touchdowns, you got some trouble. You got some trouble. It just all seems positive for the squad. Now it's only week 2, but if they continue to get better, yeah, we're gonna have our hands full when we play Philly.
Last night, Monday Night Football, the Bills played. And you saw Josh Allen doing his thing, and then you saw Jalen Hurts doing his thing. And you look at these two teams. Okay, these quarterbacks are problems. If you're facing them, it's going to be a problem. And I picked Philadelphia to win the division to start the season. You picked them to win the division to start the season. True. And right now, I feel confident in my pick because I thought they had added more talent to their football team, while the Cowboys had subtracted talent to their football team that I wasn't sure what it was going to be.
We up by 20 before we even land. But let me say this we up by 20 before we even land.
Who's up?
The Dallas Cowboys up by 20. Yeah, we up by 20 before we even land.
Hick.
Let me bring this back to you. We have owned them. We have owned them. The same team that you talk about. We have owned them. And when we go up there, our defense, man, you're going to have to give credit where credit is due for our defense, dog. We're going to dog them out.
I'm the biggest.
We're going to smut them out.
I'm the biggest. Ain't nobody talk more positively about this defense than me. Okay. And I think it's fair to say that our hands are going to be
and you know
full.
what?
I didn't say that we're going to lose. I'm saying when you get out there and you play this team, this ain't the same team that was out there last year.
What I love about this is in the victories that we had last year, at the end of the season, everybody said, oh, well, you beat them, but they wasn't that good. The NFC wasn't that good. So I want everybody to keep the same energy as they're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're thinking they're as good as they are right now, when we beat them, I don't want at the end of the season to go, oh, well, y'all just beat the Eagles.
Whoa.
I want people to remember to have that same feeling about Jordan Davis, about Fletcher Cox, have that same feeling about them. I just keep it up. Keep that same energy with them.
Hold on. So we are not able to say that other teams that the Cowboys are playing are going to be good and be a handful?
No. I just want to say that, when somebody compliments you on something, oh, I like your little shorts you got on. I like your little shirt. You give them a compliment, but you still belittling at the same time. Last year when we got to the end of the season, it was like, yeah, y'all was 12-5, but. So when we beat the teams we supposed to beat, give us the credit.
Hold on.
I'm talking about last year.
You said Jerry Jones is the one who said this correctly. Right, correct.
They said they was
Ain't
good.
Nobody want the Cowboys to win more than Jerry Jones. We are just reiterating what he said. We watched the teams play for the last 2 weeks. We watched them last night. and they look totally different than they looked last year.
D-Mac, I wouldn't expect for Jerry to say we up by 20 before we land. I wouldn't expect him to come out with that.
Man.
That's real.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't expect him to say that.
When we play Philly, what is that? Are they coming up within the wild Dak's being out?
It's like 4 weeks.
After the Rams.
Pull out the pockets.
Pull that thing out.
Is it fair to say that they look like a good team?
They look legit. They look legit.
So if we believe the Cowboys are good and we believe Philly is good, then we believe it's going to be a game.
Yeah.
You saying, no, it ain't. We'll be up by 20 before we even land.
Did you see last year? Did you see the game last year?
Last year, bro.
No. I'm just saying these are the same guys that we have been beating down. We've been beating the New York Giants.
About all the people that they added.
We've been beating the Giants down. They got a brand new coach. How do you think they're 2-0 right now? What y'all saying? Y'all picking the Giants?
No,
Friday?
No. We're talking about
Philly
what
got new
Philly
players,
looked like
though.
last night, and they have
A.J.
new
Brown.
Yes, they got new talent with a quarterback who's moving and progressing to be a better player than he has been. Miles Sanders, who was not healthy last year, is healthy this season.
Okay.
Their defense has gotten better, right? What's the cornerback they picked up?
Slay?
2 interceptions last night against the guy who we were talking about, Justin Jefferson, has been at the top of the league. Also, we have a player who could do that as well. But
thank you so much.
But it was still, we still won by a field goal. We wasn't up by 20 before Cincinnati landed. I'm just saying it's going to be a good game. I believe it would be a good game.
Good deal. The big briefcase.
Hey, write that down. Plus 20 before, because if they
before
plus 20
we landed,
Dan didn't know.
Yeah. Hey, write that down.
Goodness
20, gracious.
Before we land. That's what I said.
What's the date on that thing? What's the date on that?
Well, that's a strong take.
920.
920.
They our little brother.
Man.
It's a head pat situation.
Hey, man, the words spoken here on the Player Lounge by Heck are Heck's words.
Yeah, we got to put something on it.
And that's the thing.
I
own them all. And that's the thing about when you talk about the NFC East, when what people have been saying about our division this whole time and how garbage it is. When we run through the division, we don't get credit for running through the division. I'm telling you, Philly is just as garbage as they were last year. And
they made the playoffs.
You talk about the one team that was added in to like everybody else. If you want to get in like that, they is as garbage as they were last year. I don't like Philly, man. I'm telling you, you're not gonna get nothing good from me.
We don't like Philly. I mean, rational. Where's the rational?
And I'm telling you right now, man, we up by 20,
garbage.
man.
Ooh.
Garbage.
Wow. Ooh.
Okay, all right. They don't got no talent. They're not good enough. Our talent is way better than us. They be up by 20.
We up by 20 before we land.
Hey man, off air, we need to figure out how to get back up there to Eddie V's. Okay?
That's what I'm saying.
I already got the bet, man.
I want to switch my bet. I want to switch my bet. No. Okay, I want to double it up. Okay, I want to add this Philly stuff in there. All right, I want to add it.
Man.
I prefer to do a separate bet with some for Christmas.
Nah, man.
I like what you're thinking. I like what you're saying.
I want
y'all to honor all this y'all saying too, man. Because this y'all get recorded too. Now this all
we
y'all
said
words
that.
too.
We said it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna honor that.
What did we do yesterday?
Okay.
So I think
I'm gonna boil that crow. I'm gonna boil that crow this time. How you like your crow cooked? How you like your crow cooked?
Bro, did we pick Philly to lose, or did we say that they look good on TV last night?
You and I picked Philly to win the division.
Philly gonna win it.
No, I'm talking about based off what we saw last night.
Right.
And Jerry saw the same thing. Jerry said, "Hey, we're going to have our hands full." We reiterated what Jerry said. To be fair, Heck, nah, Jerry, you off. Plus 20.
Hey,
straight out the plane.
1 plus 1 is 3.
It ain't 20.
Hey, let's go. They need one score and they off the sticks. You know what I mean? Oh man.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be fun.
October 16th.
October 16th.
October 16th at Philadelphia on NBC Sunday Night Football. So it's the Giants Monday Night Football. Then it is a home game against Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders. Then it is a road game at Los Angeles to face the champion Rams.
They ain't look too
Then it is another road game going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, followed by a home game against the Lions, a home game against the Chicago Bears the day before Halloween, then a bye.
Ooh, plus 20. Listen, I'm glad you wrote that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Wait.
They on their head. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see, man.
Cowboys up 20 points before we
That's
land.
a Zeke game.
Yeah.
That's a
Zeke
Zeke
do
game.
own it. He does
That's
own
a
him.
Zeke
He
game.
does
Thank you.
own
That's
Philly.
a Zeke game.
It's a
But damn, I
That's
don't
a
know
Zeke
about
game.
those.
No,
Even if it's a Zeke game, you still ain't up by 20 at halftime.
Out the gate.
And what's the average? What's the average we've been beating? What's the average we've been beating them? Last year, I think we beat them by 20 points.
Bro, who played the last game against Philly?
No. See what I'm saying? See your little win. See your little win. See you got your little win.
I'm just saying, you bring it up last year. I'm talking about how they look. I'm talking about how they look this year.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, us and Philly ended up in the same position last year.
Yeah.
At home after week 1 in the playoffs.
All good.
Got to update your resume. Got to update the resume.
Gentlemen, this was enjoyable. This was enjoyable. I appreciate it. This is the Players Lounge. You know what? You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you find your podcast at. Subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Retweet it on Twitter. Put it on your Facebook page. Positive heck.
20 off the jump.
Man, we land.
Touchdown, we up 20.
Before we land.
Yes, sir. Positive has said 20 points.
Yeah, I've heard it all today.
Do you have a DraftKings account? Because, you know, I mean,
it's empty.
I can't even go on DraftKings. I can't do none of that, man.
They saving you, okay? They saving you.
Hey, it's about as full as yours, man. It's all good.
I'm done. Goodbye. I'm done.
With that heart.
Goodbye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?